In this video, I'm going to set up my affiliate marketing website. So from here on out, I'm actually going to start building my site. So in the previous video, we talked about choosing a brand name, and I've decided to go with the domain name Stokes Trade. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where I bought the domain, and then I'm going to sign up for web hosting, and then we are going to install WordPress. So those are the 3 steps when you are building out an affiliate website, building out an authority website. And you'll find out if you're brand new to this, there's really no coding required when you use WordPress, which we are going to use, and we're going to install a premium theme. You can see that it's just working with the theme, working with the templates, and it's super easy to do. Now, there's a slight learning curve, but there are so many videos on YouTube that give tutorials on WordPress. In this video here, I'm going to go through it really quickly. In our full course, we sort of have a step-by-step video that sort of holds your hand through this entire process. But for this case study, I'm just going to really quickly sort of set up this site. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to actually buy the domain. And I actually bought it in the previous video, but what we'll do is we'll go to Namecheap, and I'm signed into my account. So what I will want to do is go to my dashboard, search for Stokes Trades. Here it is. And I want to click manage. And now you can see that I'm signed into my account, and stokestrades.com is the domain that I just bought a few days ago. And what we were going to do now is connect this domain to web hosting. So the process is you buy a domain name at a domain name registrar. So we're over at Namecheap right now. This is where I personally buy my domain names. GoDaddy is basically the same thing, just a different company. So this is where you buy a domain name. You buy your website address, and it's very cheap. This is going to cost me like $10 per year. And it's just set on auto renew, and it just kind of charges to my card every year. So stokestrades.com. Now I need to find web hosting. So think of your domain name as like your address on the internet, and your web hosting is sort of like your rent. So for this case study, I'm going to use a web host called WPX. So I've used these guys in the past, super fast, super helpful. It's a tiny bit more expensive than a budget type of host. If you're brand new, you might want to start out with a company called SiteGround, but for this case study, we're going to use WPX. And the reason is I already have an account with them, so I'm not going to buy a brand new account. I'm just going to add my website to one of my previous accounts. So if we scroll down to WPX, we can see that their plans, I believe, start at about $20 per month, and you get up to 5 websites. So I have a few accounts with WPX, and I have some space on some of my accounts. So I'm just going to add this to my account that I already have registered. So if you're a pure beginner, you might not want to pay $20 a month right away, and you might not need 5 websites, but in the future you might want to transfer your website to these guys, WPX. They get amazing reviews super fast. If you're just a beginner, you might want to go to SiteGround. I use SiteGround as well, and you can sort of go to their WordPress web hosting, and you can view their plans. And you can see that you can start for $2.99, so $3 per month, and then after the first year, the price will go up, but it's certainly much cheaper. So if you're a beginner, then you might want to go with SiteGround. I like SiteGround, and I also like WPX. So I'm going to jump over to my other browser where I'm logged into my Namecheap account, and I am logged into my WPX hosting. So under my services, here are my 2 accounts, and I'm going to use this particular one, and I'm going to go to manage websites, and you can see 4 out of my 5 website slots are used. So I have 1 more. So I'm going to add new site, and I'm going to type in the domain name. So stokestrades.com, and I'm going to want to install WordPress, and I'll hit next. Now I just have to fill out some admin sort of email stuff and and some usernames and some passcodes. So hit continue. So we are currently working on adding your awesome website to your hosting account. You will be receiving a notification once everything is set up. So this might take a few minutes. I'll just pause the video and come back when it is done. So while that is getting set up, what I can do now is I can come to my server details that are associated with my account here on WPX, and I can find my name servers. So I've got 3 name servers associated with this hosting account. And what I want to do is now I want to go back to Namecheap where my domain name is, and I want to customize or just set up these name servers at the domain name registrar. So I'll hit custom DNS, and now I'm going to list the 3 name servers that are associated with my hosting account at WPX. So I'll just copy and paste those. Okay, and then I'll hit the check mark here to save them. So what this essentially does is it connects my domain name, stokestrades.com, that is at Namecheap, that's the registrar. It connects it to my hosting service, WPX hosting, and it connects it to my specific hosting account. So sometimes this does it instantly, or sometimes, they say it could take 24 hours, but normally it takes maybe 10-15 minutes. Then when you go and you sort of refresh your website and your domain name, it'll sort of just load up. So sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but what you can see here is I've added my custom DNS. So I've added the name servers here in my dashboard for my domain name. So we'll jump back over to WPX hosting, and you can see I've got a green message here. It says your website Stokes Trades was added successfully. Okay, so I'll clear that. So now I'll go back to manage my websites. Okay, and you can see that it is located here. SL option is enabled for this website as well. So if I go to the website now, okay, so it's actually already loaded up. So this one didn't take any time at all. You can see that Stokes Trades right now is live and WordPress is installed. And this is just sort of the custom, the basic template theme for WordPress that is installed on my site. So this one actually looks pretty good. I think this is like the 2024 edition or the late 2023 edition. It looks pretty nice. So this is a free WordPress theme. We're going to install a premium one though, but there you can just see that in a few clicks, I've actually got my website live on the internet. So that's great. So what I want to do now is I want to add what's called HTTPS. So it's a little bit of security. And what I like best about WPX is I can actually chat with these guys almost instantly. So I'm literally connected in 1 second to Georgie, and I can just say, hey, can you help me set up SSL, please? So sometimes if you don't want to do this yourself, or sometimes setting up SSL doesn't always work super well, you can come here to support, and you can generally ask them for some help. So look, he's writing me back already. Which website in question? stokestrades.com, and then he's going to either give me like the step-by-step instructions to set up SSL, or he's going to just ask me for the password or permission to kind of go in and do it for me. So really handy to have support on your hosting account, especially when your website gets up and running and is actually earning you money. It's important that you have good hosting, because if there's ever issues with your site or you need them to do a backup, I'm pretty sure that I get, these things does automatic backup. So, if something goes wrong, I can go back to yesterday's capture and I can just reinstall the site if it got hacked or anything like that. So hosting, customer support is really important for hosting, and it's especially important as your website starts getting traction, you're earning some money, it's turning into a real business, you really want to have a good, safe, secure host. And I think WPX is pretty good for that. So I'm going to talk to Georgie here and get him to set up the SSL for me. I can basically do it myself. I sort of just showed you that I can jump on support and do that. But he's going to run through the steps that I'll need to do. And then once that's back up, I'll jump back on the video and we'll start to look at the back end of WordPress. And in the next video, we're going to actually start customizing WordPress as well. Okay, so while I wait for the customer support to tell me about my SSL, I want to log into WordPress. So this is where you go to log into any WordPress site. You go to the website itself, so stokestrades.com/WP-admin. So I'll hit that. And then this is the username and password that I set up when I set up my WPX hosting. So I'll type that in right now. And I'll hit login. And now I'm in the back end of WordPress. So I've got my site here, Stokes Trades. I can go visit it. So it's not secure yet. I'm working on that. And now I'm in the back end of WordPress, and this is where you publish all your content and you sort of manage it. So I can manage my posts here, my pages, my appearance. So I can go to themes and I can see that I'm running the 2024 theme with this is the basic WordPress theme here. So I can customize it. I can add a new theme. I can add some plugins and so on. So these are things that add special features to your website in WordPress and so on. So right now, what we've done is we bought our domain name. We connected it to our web hosting, which we set up at WPX Hosting, and we installed WordPress in just a few clicks of a button and no coding at all. So what we're going to do in the next few videos is we're going to customize our website. So we're going to get a premium theme. We're going to set up our plugins, and then eventually we're going to start setting up our logo and start building out some of our initial pages. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the case study. And also in the YouTube description, I'm going to list all the previous lessons. You'll find the link to the next lesson in there. And you'll also find the link to the full affiliate marketing course if you need some more advanced training. And then also I am going to list a video that sort of goes into what we did in this video, but in much more detail if you're looking for more step-by-step training with WordPress. So I hope that you found this video useful, and I will see you in the next one.